Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over another premium hard question in the database/pandas category that I just solved on my own. So again, I'm really happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this problem without any assistance and do it pretty easily. So let me show you how I did it. This one's called median employee salary. So they ask you to write a solution to find the rows containing the median salary of each company. So each company, that's the key word. Let's go through the companies, find all the salaries. And basically for A, for example, you would want to sort all the salaries. And then since it's even or since it's odd, so 1, 2, 3, well, it's even because there's 6, then there's going to be 2 median salaries. If it's odd, then there's going to be 1. So for example, if you have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know there's only 1 median. And if you have a list of 6, then you know there are 2 medians, because you can't call this one the median, you can't call this one the median. And it says that right there. So, and it says that in the example as well, if you look at that. So let's go ahead and get the salaries for each company. So let's create a dictionary. And let's loop through. Employee salary, and then we can just say so the company is at what we want. D of company dot append employee salary of I, so the same row, and then we can just sort this, and now we have all the salaries for each company. So now we just have to do what we did. So for K and D, if this is an even length, so if it's modulo 2 is equal to 0, then we're going to say, well, the mid is always going to be length of dk divided by 2. So in that case, let's call this left, and right is going to be length of dk divided by 2. And well, it's just going to be mid minus 1 and mid, because 0, 1, 2, and 3. And then let's call this for the mids. So let's create another default dict of type list, and then we can just say, so md of k dot append dk of left, and then dk of right. Okay, otherwise, if it's not even length, then we only have 1 mid, so we can just append dk. So this is a list itself, dk of mid itself. And let's print md. Okay, cool. So we have all the mids. Let's actually make it like this, because we don't want to make it harder to parse. Okay, cool. Anyways, or we can just append this guy, and then append the right one. I just don't like the way it looks because it might be a pain to parse later. Okay, cool. That's what we need. Cool. So now we have the medians, but we also want to break it by the lowest ID. So for example, C and 2645 link to multiple employee IDs. So what we're going to do is for each one of these, we're going to use these as the key and then find the lowest ID. And that matches up with the result. So let's go through our dictionary, and let's actually go through employees again. Let's call this company. So if M is equal to E, so the key is equal to the company, and we also have to make sure that the salary is correct. So employee salary of I is inside of MD of M, because those are the medians. Then in that case, let's actually create another dictionary. And so now our current salary, let's say, is inside of this list. So we can just make it be the ID. So FD of M. Actually, let's make this and employee salary of I, and we can just append the actual company ID. So employee ID of I. Okay, so let's print FD. Okay, so cool. So for example, this one, we don't care about 15 because, so 16 is not even valid because it's not even a median. These are the same values, so we only care about 14. Okay, cool. So this makes our job a lot easier because what we want to do now is just loop through this dictionary. So F and FD. So we're just going to take the first one. So let's call this 1, 2, 3. Because each triplet is going to be, actually, let's just make this an answer for now, not overcomplicate things. So answer.append, we're going to have this, this, and this. So F of 0, F of 1, and then the 0th index. So FD, F of 0. Let's print our answer. Cool, now we have our solution and we just have to unpack it. So 1, 2, 3 for A, an answer. So get the 0th index, the 1st index, and the 2nd index for each column. 1.append A0, A1, A2. Cool, and then we want to return a data frame with the columns ID, company, and salary. So ID is going to be 1, company is going to be 2, salary is going to be 3. So ID is 1, top to bottom. Company is 2, salary is 3. Okay, let's run this. Okay, submit it. And there you go, passes all test cases. Again, really happy that I was able to solve this question on my own without any assistance and come up with my own solution, even though the runtime is not the most efficient. Again, just glad that I was able to do this on my own. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.